Good, good afternoon to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Prasad, and all the participants joining us from academia, industry, and the HR fraternity. On behalf of Bridgie Academy, Gender Recruit, and For Job Human Capital, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to today's workshop on retail industry expectations and HR role in building future-ready talent. The retail industry is one of the most dynamic and a rapidly evolving sector where customer expectations, digital transformation, and workforce agility are redefining how organizations attract, develop, and retain talent. Today's session is designed to provide practical insights into what the retail industry expects from the professionals and how HR can become a strategic driver in building future-ready talent pipelines. At this juncture, it is my privilege to invite the CEO, Mr. Murli Kasinath, a driving force behind For Job Human Capital, Genta Recruit, and Bridgie Academy, to formally welcome the speaker and the participants and to share the vision behind BRIC initiative. May I request Murli sir to deliver the welcome address, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your kind introduction. Good afternoon to all participants, HR professionals, students, academicians, and the industrial leaders joining us today. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you to this highly relevant workshop on retail industry's expectation and HR role in building future-ready talent. At Punjab Human Capital, Center Recruit, and Bridge Academy, we believe that this future belongs to organizations that continuously invest in people, innovation, and capability development. See, the retail sector is undergoing significant transformation, driving by changing customer behavior, technology adoption, and data analysis, and new business models. In this environment, HR is no longer limited to a recruitment and administration. HR has become a strategic partner responsible for building agile and skilled and customer-centric talent. This program is organized under our flagship initiative of Bridging Industries and Resource for Cooperation. As you know, we taken this initiative to bridge industries and the resource. Like there is a resource in one side, the another side there is a industry. We want to bridge the gap because there is a need, there is a gap between the industries and resource available in the market. So we want to bridge the gap so that the industrial ecosystem have to emerge in such a way in a cooperative manner, and it will support and strengthen and enhance each other. So BARC was conceived to create a meaningful ecosystem where industry experts and academic institutions and professionals can collaborate, learn, and grow together. As you all know, this initiative past 2 years, we are bringing lot of resource person and connecting with the industries. And, these systems have, percolated into the market, like as all these resource person is connected with to their relevant industries and strengthening and supporting and helping the industry to get the ecosystem in a better way. Through this platform, we bring practical knowledge, industrial best practices, and global insight directly to our participants. Our objective is simple: to bridge the gap between the industries. As I told, it is an expectation, the industry's expectation and workforce capabilities. We are delighted to have us with today an outstanding industrial leader who I know very long, Mr. Prasad, who brings rich experience in growth strategy and retail transformation and customer-centric business leadership. As we were, we are very limited person who having an outstanding performance in retail industries. As you all know, we all connected with the retail industries, or personally or professionally. Without retail industries, nothing will exist in this, in this market. So, like getting the outstanding person in the industries is, it's a great, challenge for us. And we brought Prasad here as a speaker, distinguished speaker. Okay, I'm thanking and welcoming Mr. Prasad for this wonderful forum. And also, thank you for giving your time in respective of your busy schedule. I know you are connected with a lot of retail association and industries and all those things. Even though you have taken the time to support this, forum to take forward, I am confident that today's session will offer highly practical insight and actionable strategies for all participants. Thank you for joining us, and I wish you a highly engaging and enriching learning experience. And again, my appeal to all the participants: see, the resource person who is attending this seminar or whatever workshop or whatever it may be, it was been referred by the another participant who came here. So I keep opening this forum to all the participants to support this forum, because past 2.5 years it is going in a greater way. You are suggesting the topic. You only start suggesting the resource person. So keep supporting it. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Now, without further delay, it is my privilege to invite a speaker, Mr. Prasad, to share his insights with us. We are truly honored by his presence today. Let us all extend a warm welcome. Over to you, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
visible.
Okay, excellent. Okay. I made a 25 lakh rupee mistake. I made a 25 lakh rupee mistake every single month for almost a year before I figured out what was happening. Now, I'm not going to introduce myself first because honestly, you will trust me more after the story than any other fancy introduction. Let me take you back to where it all started. Naturals Chennai. I'm sure many of you are aware of this brand. If you know about this brand, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so Naturals is 1,000 plus. Naturals has over 1,000 plus outlets in India, and it's the world's third largest beauty chain. Okay, and after I joined there as a CEO on my first day, I was sitting in my office, a big cabin, expensive chair, and all the stuff, and my entire team was waiting to get my instruction outside the room. And on my desk, there was a red folder in which I could see the P&L of all our company-owned, company-operated outlet, which are bleeding 25 lakhs every single month. I repeat, 25 lakhs loss every single month. Same brand, same products, same prices as our franchisee outlets, which are located just a few kilometers out from our salon. They are making money, healthy money, I would say. So every normal CMO would have done one thing. They, as soon as they assume the role, they would have opened the laptop and pull up the data, call review meetings, and make multiple charts. I almost thought of doing the same, but something, maybe I can call it as an instinct or call it dumb luck, which told me, Prasad, go to the flow first. Don't talk, don't audit, just sit in the corner and watch. So I went to one of our cocoa counter in Phoenix Market City. And what I saw there in the next 2 hours has clearly explained 25 lakhs loss better than any spreadsheet ever could. Just wanted to explain a case with you. Anna Nagar outlet, Phoenix outlet, around 3:15 p.m. I was sitting in the corner. A lady walks in, maybe 35 years old, with a branded handbag and all. And she has been there before. She knows what she wants. She walks straight into my associate. Let's call it her as Priya. Priya is good trained. And the lady asked her one simple question. For dry hair that frizzes in the Chennai humidity, what would you recommend? What service would you recommend? Friends, that's a beautiful question. The customer is doing exactly what every retailer dreams of. She is saying, guide me, I trust you. Tell me what is right for me. She's asking that. I actually leaned forward in my chair and I was so excited on what kind of response Priya will tell her. But what I saw next, I will never forget. Priya looked up the customer, smiled, and said, "Ma'am, you can choose any service from the service menu." That was the whole answer. She pointed out the service menu to the customer and simply waiting for customer response. Customer has looked at the menu and then she looked back at Priya, then back again the menu. I could literally see the change in her face. The trust just left her eyes. The trust what she had before interacting with Priya, no, that is simply left her eyes. She said thank you and picked her bag and left. That one sentence, my friends, you can choose any of these service, madam, from the menu. That is what 25 lakh a month sounds like to me. Not a bad service, not a rude behavior, not a bad person either. Priya was polite, smiling. She followed every single SOP, but she didn't help the customer, and the customer felt it. Same product, same brand, same Chennai, same national stores in near to Velachery, and yet the completely different outcome from franchise outlets. That store was profitable. So what changed between these two stores? Only one thing, my friends, the people, and what we had trained them to do. Friends, that day sitting in the corner watching the trust walk out the door, I realized something that has changed how I think about retail forever. My stance was not a problem. Priya was not a problem. What I trained them to do, that was a problem. That we have realized. So now, before I go any further, I want to ask all of you something. And please be honest, okay? Nobody is judging anyone here. We are all in retail. We have been here. In your own stores, have you seen this version of this exact moment? Your associate did everything correctly, followed the SOP, was polite, knew the product, but completely missed the customer. Mr. Madan, could you please raise the code? If that's the case, please respond to your feedback. You can select option A or B or C based on your experience in your counter. I'll give 10 seconds for it. Three more seconds. Okay, excellent. So, yes, more than 117%, yes, but rarely 67%. Honestly, never seen it. Option C. Option C, 17%. Okay. So I've done this similar workshop in other places as well, different industry, different audiences. The split is almost the same. The Indian average is option C is 17%, and option A is 30%, and option B is 10%. Here, the option B, there is a slight variance in it. If you said C, let me be open with you. Either your stores are genuinely exceptional, or it's high time that you need to visit the store. I'm saying it for option C. Whoever selected option C, this is my feedback. And don't worry, your secret is safe with me. But majority of you selected option A and B. This is the point I want you to take in. See, this is not happening in one store, not one brand, or not restricted to a few cities. This is the default state of Indian retail in 2026. Let me quickly introduce myself, then we'll get into the actual reason which is causing all these problems. Okay, about me, I'm Prasad with 16 plus years of experience in retail. I started in Shoppers Stop, I worked in Godrej, Dalmia Cement, and more recently, I was working as a Chief Operating Officer for company-owned, company-operated outlets, all formats of National School. And I'm not a consultant. I have not written any book, and I'm not from any research. I have not worked in any research agencies. I'm not selling you any framework. Everything I'm going to discuss with all of you today is what I've lived through, real teams, real customers, real losses, and eventually real wins. Yeah. Now let's understand what actually happening into Indian retail, because the story I told you, it didn't happen by accident. It happened for a reason. Okay. So in the last 10 years, something has happened to Indian customers. They changed completely, silently, without sending anyone a memo. Think about it. A customer who came to your store in 2015, that is 10 years back, what was she like? She came to ask, she came to learn, and to trust your staff, to be advised. But in 2026, customer is a completely different person. She comes to your store after doing everything online. She has already checked online portals. She has watched at least 2 to 3 YouTube reviews, and she has already checked the Google reviews of the store. She has probably asked her neighbors or friends or beauty influencers on the Instagram, okay, before visiting your store. Honest question: when was the last time you visited a store without checking whatever I've highlighted? If yes, please give me a thumbs up. Very good. So this clearly, shows the change in trend. So the customer is upgraded. Yeah, without warning, without announcement, she just started showing up differently. And now, the real question: what did your workforce, retail workforce, do during these 10 years? This is an interesting slide. You know that quick commerce happened recently in the last few years, like Swiggy Mart, Instamart, Blinkit, Zepto, and all, especially in our markets. Okay, Swiggy and Instamart, they started delivering 8 to 10 minutes consistently. I'm sure you would have ordered something on Instamart this week itself. Friends, this changed not just grocery, not just essentials, all of retail completely. Because the customer brain has been completely retrained. They now started expecting everything to be fast, personalized, correct for the first time. Your store associate is now being compared silently to an 8-minute Instamart delivery or other online services every single day, whether you like it or not. Now, let me be honest with you. You can compete with 8 minutes. Did I say it right? You cannot compete with 8 minutes. Nobody can. But there is one thing a dark store can never understand. A human being who actually understands you, who advises you, who treats you well, and who remembers who you are. That is the only advantage physical retail has left with. And friends, most stores are started throwing that advantage away in the recent past every single day. So what the customer changed? Her expectation went up to 10 times in the last 10 years. What did the workforce do? Just 3 numbers. Whatever I've highlighted, I'm going to explain each number one by one. Number 1, 45 to 70%. That's the number of frontline staffs walk out every year. That's an annual attrition in Indian retail. Whereas Indian Inc. attrition average is only 17%. Retail is running 3 to 4 times of the national average. Okay, that's an alarming number. Next, number 2, 42.6%. That is the graduate employability, which is the lowest in the last 10 years. More than half the kids coming out of the college, they are not industry ready. Okay, and last thing is number 3, just 2%. Only 2% of Indian workforce are undergoing a formal vocational training. When it compares with other countries like Germany, the percentage is 75. In Japan, it is 80. In South Korea, it is 96%. Whereas in India, it is just 2%, my friend, just 2%. Friends, these are not performance numbers. These are all system numbers. The system is broken, not the people. And on top of all this, your best peoples are getting called now from these online platforms and other, the recent booming industries in retail. Let me show you a map. This is what actually happening. Your retail associate, how much they would be earning? Around 12 to 15,000 approximately. And they need to work for 10 to 12 hours in a day and 6 hours, 6 days a week, and no clearer career path. When now Blinkit, let's take Blinkit as an example. They are offering 18 to 22,000 rupees salary, which is approximately 30 to 40% higher, per delivery incentive, weekly payout. The payout is weekly, not monthly like us. And they are offering a flexible working shifts. And top of all this, a person who is joining in this company can become a team lead in 90 days. That's a promise given by those companies to the new joinees. Now, friends, here is the painful part. Who do you think they'll call first? Do you think they will call the underperformance of our company or average ones? Definitely no. They will call our sharpest associates, the ones whom we are grooming and the ones with highest potential. Because guess what? Blinkit can also spot a good person, same as us. But what is left behind in our store? The bottom quartile. And then we sit in our office and wonder why our service quality is dropping continuously. Okay. So friends, let me ask you a simple question. What is actually happening there? Customer has changed as we identified, but workforce didn't change. Your best people are walking out every month. The rest are doing what they trained to do, which is the wrong thing. What you're watching every day in your store, this thing, it has a name. And at the moment you name it, you can fix it. Let me show you the name for your understanding. It is nothing but the frozen workforce. I repeat, the frozen workforce. The workforce trained to level 2 process and SOP, billing, compliances and all, and stopped there, capable, complaint polite, and completely unable to serve a today's customer. Friends, this is not laziness. This is not a bad thing. This is not a generational problem with the young people, Gen Z and all. This is a structural condition that we have created with our training system. And it is the single most expensive corporate habit. Now, that this thing has a name, you cannot unsee it. You will start seeing it every year in your stores, in your competitor stores, even in the football court. Okay. So how do you know if your workforce is frozen or not? These are some of the 6 signatures. You can spot them in just 20 minutes in any retail flow. Number 1, they recite the product. They do not advise the customer. They will tell you the specification. They will not tell you which one is right for you. There is a big difference between these two. I'm sure you must have get it. Next is number 2. Let me check with the manager, ma'am, for whatever queries. For every non-standard situation, every time without exception, they cannot decide on their own. That is 2. Number 3, the mobile POS is IT's problem. The CRM, they never opened. The customer purchase history, they will never go to the customer purchase history in most of the retail I'm saying. Oh, madam, we have to ask back to the whatever queries, anything related to the previous purchase. They said, okay, we need to interact with the back office, madam. We'll get back to you. Digital is there because they feel that digital marketing or digital is somebody else's department, according to the retail staffs. Number 4, they upsell the script, not by insight. Would you also like to try this? No reason given, just the script. Same line every time. Number 5, every customer is a new customer. Even your regulars who have been coming for 3 years, no recognition, no memory, no personal greeting. Then how do they feel that, how the customers start feeling that it's their stores? Because they were not being recognized at all. They were treated like new customer whenever they are visiting the same store. Number 6, they handle a complaint, but they cannot handle the emotion behind it. I repeat, they can handle the complaint, but they cannot handle the emotion behind it. Companies, they will simply say, sir, it's a company policy, sir. Before empathy, they always keep the policy first. Just wanted to understand, honestly, answer this thing. Which of the 6 did you see on your last store first? Just type the number in the chat. Mr. Madan, could you please enable the type option, please?
Yeah, done, sir.
You please type the number in the chat box. No judgment. 5 seconds, please. Okay. Good. So if you saw 3 or more friends, so that is a clear sign of workforce. That is your flow today. Don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how to unfreeze it. But we have to see it clearly first to take the correct before we take any corrective actions. Let me show you exactly what frozen versus unfrozen looks like. I'm just comparing 2 outlets. Outlet A with 4.8% Google rating. Outlet B with 3.6 star rating. Same products, same services, same uniform, same SOP, everything is same. But just one variable is different. That is the people and how they were trained. Okay, look at this comparison. Exact same situations, completely different responses in outlet A and outlet B. Okay, customer walks in, outlet B, a simple nod, whereas outlet A greets her by name. Hello, Prasad, please welcome to the store, sir. Next, customer asks for help in outlet B. They will simply point at the shelf. Outlet A asks 2 intelligent questions first, and they recommend as per the customer requirement. Third, customer has a complaint. Outlet B will say, sir, please come back tomorrow. The manager is not here. Whereas outlet A, they will resolve it immediately, okay, by talking to the concerned and make sure that the issue is resolved immediately. Same visit, no acceleration. They will get it done. Friends, every single difference, and they have also mentioned other difference for information. Friends, just wanted to tell you, every single difference, whatever I mentioned in this table, every one of them comes down to how the staff was trained. Not who they are, what they were taught to do. Okay. Now let me give you the most important sections of today's workshop. This is what you came here for. For the next 35 minutes, I'm going to give you 10 things. 10 things I learned at Natural and Shoppers Stop and other places wherever I work. And from what I did. From what worked and what did. Okay. Because I've tried many were successful and many of which I've failed. But that's where I've actually learned it from. So I'm going to share those experiences in the coming slides. So these are not from Harvard case study or any research documents at all. Okay. These are all the inputs from the flow, actual retail flow. Real things that are worked for the real teams in Chennai, Coimbatore and other areas. I've grouped them into 3 buckets for your better understanding. Okay. To make it easier to remember as well. So the first one is treat the customer right. Bucket 2, build the staff-customer relationship. I said staff-customer relationship, not just the companies. Bucket 3, train the staff like professionals. Train the staff like professionals, not like laborers. Each one of these you can take back to your office and implement from Monday morning, that is day after tomorrow. No new budget, no new technology, just a different way of thinking. Okay, ready? Let's go. Bucket 1, treat the customer right. Friends, this is where more retailers go wrong, including me at times, maybe in my early days, I would say. We say we are very customer focused. Every retail company that puts this in their mission statement, we are customer focused. But what we actually train our staff to do, it is target focused. This is a fact. We train our staff to do is target focused. That's where we are giving more importance to. There is a huge difference between these two. Let me show you what I mean. Belief one, and honestly, the biggest one. Suggest the right service, not the costliest one. I repeat, suggest the right service for the customer, not the costliest one. At Naturals, I saw this happen every single day in our COCO outlets, especially the one which are located in Phoenix and Express Avenue and other prime malls. Because the customer walks in and they might be asking for a basic haircut, which will cost around 500 rupees. Whereas my staff, they need to achieve their numbers. They would say, "Madam, we have a special offer, and we are giving hair spa plus deep conditioning. It's just 1,500. Very good," and all this stuff. The customer will hesitate, but they won't listen. They will keep pushing for that service because those are all premium customers. Eventually, they will say, "Okay," and they will take up the service. They pay the money and they walk out with a smile on their face, but they will never come back. Okay, that we change. Then we realize that. And then we changed one thing, just one thing in our training. We told the staff, please ask the customer what actually they need before suggesting what fits the customer. Okay? Not, okay, don't suggest any service just to hit your target. First month, and after that, they started following it. For first month, yes, that approach has hit our target and our performance has dropped a little. Maybe around 8%, I could recall 8% dip in my overall sales. I was nervous. My team was nervous. Second month, again, almost same. But from third month, I could see some increase in the sales. What could be the reason? You please type the reason in the chat box. What could be the reason for the target up? Actually, the third month, the sales has been increased by 18%. Just one reason, my friends. Customer retention has been increased. Customer retention has been, the existing customers start to come back to the store. They told their friends. Same target, but now built on retention. We were not pushing. We were not relying only on new customers. Our retention has increased and the customers have become advocates for our brand. So we started getting more walk-ins without spending more on marketing. Friends, when you push, you will win once. When you fit, you will win forever. Please understand, I repeat, this is most important retail. When you push, you will win once. When you fit, you will win forever. Tell your store managers this Monday morning, suggest what fits the customer, not what hits the target. Okay? The target will take care of it himself, I promise you, because I've experienced it personally. Okay. Next, belief two, technical knowledge. Your customer today has Google, YouTube, Instagram. Everybody would be having it. By the time she walks into your store, she would have done at least 30 minutes of research in online. She knows the ingredients of the product that you use. She knows the alternative service. She knows what is latest available in the market. Okay. Now, a honest question. If your staff doesn't know more than the customer, why should the customer should come to your store? What value your team are adding to the customer decision? We need to definitely think on those things. At Naturals, we made a simple rule, no exceptions. For every new product, every new service, staff must be trained before it goes to the shelf. Before we launch a product, staff must be trained technically. Before that, we will get the help of the brand itself. We will get the brand to our store and we'll make sure that the proper keywords and everything will be explained well to the staff before we launch that product in the market. In our store. Technical knowledge nowadays, friends, it is no longer optional. It is a minimum entry ticket for 2026. Trust me, it is important. The staff may be, only school level. They would be 10th or +2, but they need to be technically strong. No options. They have to be strong. It's our duty to train them properly. Okay, just want to give you a case. Imagine the scene. A customer is asking about a keratin treatment. Keratin hair treatment. Staff says, "Madam, I do not know. Let me check with the manager." Game over. Credibility gone. She will, immediately order any online service or visit the nearest store and take up the service. She won't take the premium service again in our center. So technical service is extremely important. So please train your staff properly as a technical experts, because today they have to be, no other option. Belief 3, and friends, this is very close to my heart. Treat the 500 rupees customer exactly same as the 5,000 rupees customer. I'm sure நீங்க இது கொஞ்சம் நம்ம மூவில கூட நிறைய வந்திருக்கோம். இட்லி ஆர்டர் பண்றவங்க ஒரு மாதிரி ட்ரீட் பண்ணுவாங்க, நிறைய ஆர்டர் பண்றவங்க வேற மாதிரி ட்ரீட் பண்ணுவாங்க. So this is not restricted to one industry. Everywhere this happens. It's a common practice. ஒரு thumbs up கொடுங்க if you can relate it. If it is happening, if you can இது உண்மை நீங்க உங்க ஏரியால நடக்குதுன்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா just give a thumbs up. So எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலும் இது நடக்குது. Okay, based on the customer purchase power, the respect changes. I'll be honest with you, friends. In our industry, service industry to be precise, this happens a lot. Low customer walks in, staff is polite, but say quick, madam, what do you want? This side, please. Something like that they will respond. But if it is a high bill value customer, immediately they will offer them a chair and they will offer water or coffee. What do you like to have? Something like that. Some extra attention and personal greetings. The manager will immediately come and say, ma'am, please make yourself comfortable. We will arrange the service shortly. So this kind of thing will happen. This is the human nature, friends. But it is quietly killing our business. Okay, we need to realize it. There are 3 reasons. Reason 1, today 500 rupees customer is tomorrow's 5,000 rupees customers. அதேதான் ஒரு படத்துல சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, இந்த இட்லி நான் சாப்பிடுறேன், அவர் பிரியாணி சாப்பிடுறாரு, பட் அவருக்கும் பில்லு நான் தான் பே பண்றேன்ற மாதிரி. A men normally will take basic service, but the same men will bring their spouse next time, and their spouse will take premium service which value over more than 10,000 rupees. So if you don't satisfy the men, then definitely that men will not bring their spouse to your salon or any service. So this logic applicable to everybody. So please, friends, please treat every customer equally. Okay. Next, reason 2, that 500 rupees customer has friends, WhatsApp groups, Instagram. So if if they're not comfortable, if they're ill-treated, definitely they will pass that message to their entire neighbors and friends network. They'll say, அந்த பக்கத்து கடைக்கு போயிடாதப்பா, ஒழுங்காவே ட்ரீட் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறான், ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ண மாட்டேங்கிறான். So these kind of feedbacks will have a huge impact, my friends. If நீங்க relate பண்ணுங்க, if our friends give a feedback about a particular retail counter, about a poor service, do we visit that store? We won't. Because we trust the feedback of our closest ones more than the feedback which is mentioned in online. So this is more important. We should not ignore this. Reason 3, this is also an important one. Your staff is not a bad people. They are not doing it purposefully. We trained them wrong. We need to take the responsibility. The senior management did this. We told them, focus on high value customers. Get the maximum out of the customers. So they are doing exactly that. They are following our instructions. Okay. So it's our responsibility. We need to retrain them. Okay. And tell every customer by your behavior, not by words. Because the customer is the most important person in our store right now. It won't cost us any single rupee. But if it costs you everything if you don't do it right. Okay, next, 1 second. There's a glitch, 1 second. Yeah. So this is the bucket number 2. Build a staff customer relationship, not just a company customer relationship. I repeat, please focus. Build the staff customer relationship, not focus only on company and customer relationship. Both are different. In big brands, we obsess over brand royalty, logo, marketing campaigns, app downloads, loyalty programs, and all. But friends, let me tell you something uncomfortable. The customer doesn't actually love your company. She actually loves the person who took care of her. And if you don't allow that person to build that relationship, you are throwing away your single most valuable asset. Okay. Next, belief 5. every staff member should need to maintain their own list of 20 to 30 happy customers. Happy customers. They need to maintain their own set of customers. Not company customers, their customers. They should know them by their name. They should remember the last service they have taken. They should know their preferences. They should know their birthday, everything they should know. Okay, and they should be cautious enough to send them a WhatsApp message after they take the service, after their purchase happened. They should ask them how was the product, something like that. They should build a relationship with the particular customers, friends, because this is what I'm saying. This is not new. This is what our Annachi Kadai does. Now the organized retail has come. 10 years back, if you visit our Annachi Kadai, which is located near to our house, the Annachi knows everything about us, about our family, about our friends, everything he knows. Okay, that's only because of that he holds the entire transaction of our family. For example, whatever we buy, whether it is a simple 1 rupee chocolate or the entire Baliga Saman for our family, we will buy it only from Annachi Kadai, only because of this reason, relationship. Okay, so that is more important. So we started this exercise officially in 2020-25, and we have given a small notebook to all the service providers, and we wanted them to maintain their list of customers, and we wanted them to enter all the service taken so that it will be easier for them to build a relationship and to gain more repeated customers. Result. The customer retention and number of visit frequency has increased from 24% to 51% in just 4 months. Friends, these are all actual data. Same staff, same store, same products. They just started carrying like our Annachi Kadais. Okay. So my request is please instruct your store managers to follow this from this Monday morning. I'm giving you a lot of assignments to follow from this Monday. Okay, please make a note of it. It will have an impact on the business. Trust me. Next. Your staffs are your biggest brand ambassadors on social media. And it's for free. Free if you train them right. Look at what is happening right now in most of the retail companies. Your companies and store has an Instagram page with maybe 50,000 followers, 1 lakh followers and all. They will post, normally the post will be done by an external agency, a standard creative agency, maybe twice or thrice a week. Okay, heavily filtered, it looks more corporate. Look at your staff. Each of them has their own Instagram. And each of them would have at least 500 to 5,000 followers. In retail, in service industry, I've seen some service providers having followers of over 1 lakh. In my store, couple of service providers, their followers are more than 1 lakh. It's there. So it's high time that we start collecting those details from our service providers or in-store promoters. Because people, they actually trust them. What if your stylist a post before a day of before or after of today's customer with proper permission, of course? What if she tags the brand? What if she gently encourages the customer to post about her experience? What if she ends up every services, madam, if you liked our service, could you please give us a Google review? Just a Google review after every transaction. Let me do a simple math. Let's assume that we have 50 staff in a city. Each staff gets just 1 Google review from their customer. In 1 month, how much it will become? 50 into 30, 1,500. 1,500 genuine Google reviews, my friends, from real customers with real photographs. You know what kind of positive impact it will create your brand. Tell me how much the digital marketing agency will charge you for this. I'm sure it will be in thousands to lakhs. 1,500 genuine reviews, it will be very, very difficult. Trust me. Whereas it will be easily possible with the help of this store canvases. And the best part is it is authentic, not paid, not staged, not edited. Just the real customers, they have been treated well and very happy to share their feedback in this thing. So please train your staff, give them simple content templates, make it part of their KPI, reward them monthly. We have given an exclusive training on how to get right Google reviews from the customers to all our floor staffs. This is the 21st century retail marketing, friends, and it will cost you almost nothing. Belief 7. Extend the conversation beyond the bill. At Latchwells, I noticed something painful in our data. At every hair service, customer would leave, bill paid, goodbye, door closed. But the next day, customer will go to Amazon or other online platform to buy the hair care or home care products she should be using to maintain the service that she has taken from my salon. Friends, that money should have been ours, not the online platforms. We did the service. We know the customer had better than the online channels. We know what the customer need. Then why we let the customer to buy it from the website, online website? The answer is only one reason, because we have not recommended. Nobody holded that conversation with the customer. We have simply asked the customer to do the bill, and we allow the customer to leave the salon. So we started training our staff. Simple change. And after every service, our smile provider started recommending the right hair care product to the customer. Not push, not sell. They are simply recommending. I repeat, they were not pushing, they were not selling. They are recommending like a friend. This had a very positive impact, my friend. This had a very good impact on our business. And I would request you also to do the same. And because of this, the product sales conversion went from 12% to 41%. Or earlier, the total product contribution of the store sales was only 12%. After we started doing this exercise, the contribution of product has been increased to 41%. Okay, it is just by training the staff and extend the conversation by just 60 seconds. By extending the conversation by 60 seconds, the product conversion has been increased by 12. The contribution has been increased from 12 to 41%. It ends when she gets the result she came to. So this is about it. And next is bucket 3, the last bucket. And in some cases, the most important one for us. Train your staffs like a professionals, not like a labor. Friends, this sounds obvious, but here's the truth. How we treat training reveals how we actually see our staffs. And how we see them, that becomes how they see themselves, which becomes how they treat your customer. 3 things in this bucket I mentioned. All are practical, all are implementable from this Monday morning. Okay, please include it in your assignment, Monday morning assignment. First, belief 8, weekend consistency. Now, what happens in most retail stores on weekends? Crowd, pressure, rush, customers waiting, staff start cutting the corners, skipping consultation tips, hurrying customers along. Madam, quickly, please, others are waiting. You have heard this line, right? I'm sure you would have heard this, especially during weekend. Now, think about this. The customer who came on Saturday is paying the same price as the customer who came on Wednesday. But she is getting the worst experience. The amount what she is paying for the service is same on weekend, but the service what she is getting on weekend is not same. And we wonder on Monday morning when we open the dashboard, we will see a lot of negative reviews given on the particular store. I'm sure you could, my friends, you could have related to the other areas also. Now, for example, I always visit OMR Sangeeta. If I visit Sangeeta, and I always prefer to have dosa. Weekdays, Sangeeta dosa சாப்பிட்டா ரொம்ப கிறிஸ்பியா நல்ல கிறிஸ்பியா அழகா ஃபோல்ட் பண்ணி அப்படி கொண்டு வருவாங்க. இதுவே சண்டே போனோம்னு வச்சுக்கலாம், ஈவினிங்ல கிரௌட்ல அந்த தோசை வந்து நல்லா கிறிஸ்பியா ஃபோல்ட்லாம் பண்ணிருக்காது, என்னமோ மாதிரி இருக்கும், டக்கு டக்குன்னு ஒரு சின்ன இது இருக்கும், சட்னி வந்து தின் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கும். ஐம் ஷோர் யூ வுட் ஆல்சோ இது வந்து நீங்க ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நிறைய இதுல ரிலேட் பண்ணிருக்க முடியும். இந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் உங்களுக்கும் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் கிவ் அ தம்ஸ் அப். இந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் வந்திருக்கா? நீங்களும் பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? வீக்கெண்டுக்கும் வீக் டேஸ்க்கும் இருக்கிற டிஃபரன்ஸ் நிறைய வருங்க. கரெக்ட், இதுதான் சொல்ல வந்தேன். ஸோ இதை நம்ம சரி பண்ணணும். திஸ் இஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி கிரிட்டிக்கல். ஓகே, ஸோ குவாலிட்டி இஸ் நாட் அ வீக் டேஸ் திங். ஓகே ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், quality is every day. Every day we need to ensure that the customer gets the same quality whenever they visit the store, whether it is on weekday or weekend. So please instruct your manager, no compromises on weekend protocol, even under pressure, especially under pressure. That has to be maintained, my friends. Next. Belief 9. Invest in real training. What I see in most retail brands today is honestly disappointing, my friends. Training is treated as a checklist item. One PPT during induction, maybe one PPT for refresher in 6 months. That's it. Move on. இது ஒரு கடமைக்குன்னு பண்ற மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு நிறைய ரீட்டைல். I'm not saying my friends are working in various retail organizations. In most of the big companies, I cannot name it unfortunately, but this is the process they follow. They'll every 3 months once they will make a PPT presentation and that's it. And they wonder why the staff don't perform. When compared to other friends, my friends, just for example, let's take a pilot. A pilot is trained for 1,500 hours before flying solo. A doctor, minimum 5 years, plus continuous training every single year before they start their career. A software engineer, constant updates, certifications, tech conferences, online courses, but why do we think our real staff need any less? They are dealing with our customers. Single most important asset you have. I repeat, customer is the single most important asset you have. Okay? And what do we give them? 2 days of induction, a uniform, and a wish of good luck. Real training means technical training, service training, soft skills, digital tools training, brand standard training, quarterly refreshers, role plays, on the floor coaching. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய சொல்லிக்கிட்டே போலாம். இது ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு மாறிக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும். இது நம்ம ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிட்டு அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம ட்ரைனிங் கொடுக்கணும். Okay, so you know it better. Please start thinking on those lines, friends, because it's high time that we start adopting it. Now I know what you're thinking. This will cost money. Yes, it does. But friends, every rupee you spend on training, you save 10 rupees on attrition replacement. Correct me if I'm wrong. இது இல்லைன்னு சொல்றாங்க, thumb down symbol கொடுங்க. Okay, யாருமே கொடுக்கல. So I'm sure the max is honestly clear. So tell your CHRO Monday morning, show me 80% of our training budget actually, where exactly the training budget goes. I want you to have a discussion with your HR head and understand how they are spending the training budget. And don't get surprised if your HR says that they don't have a training budget. Don't get surprised. There are some big companies don't have any exclusive budget for training. If there is no training budget, please, it's high time that you should create one. Okay. Next, belief 10, last belief, daily tracking beyond sales. In most retail stores, what we get, what gets tracked daily? Sales. Correct? Appuram where they track பண்ணுவோம்? Sales. அதுக்கப்புறம் track பண்ணுவோம். More sales. Unfortunately, we track only sales. Most of them track only sales every day. Unfortunately, that's the irony in most of the retail. Then we wonder why staff don't focus on pushing sales. Friends, what you measure is what they become. If you measure only sales, they will only push premium services, cross sales, upsells. Whether the customer needs or not, they will simply push for premium service. Result, short-term sales with long-term customer loss. If we start focusing only on, if you review only on sales every day, customer won't come back. Okay. So please start tracking other things which are other than sales starting from Monday every single day. Okay. I've mentioned some of things which are relevant to service. இத மாதிரி நீங்க உங்க இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி நீங்க மாத்திக்கணும். சேல்ஸ் ஒரு பாயிண்ட், அது இல்லாம நீங்க மண்டேல இருந்து அட்லீஸ்ட் யூ நீட் டு ஐடென்டிஃபை 5 different areas which you need to track on a daily basis. Please start doing it. Okay, in our industry we have started tracking service bigs. என்னென்ன மாதிரி சர்வீஸ்ல பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க, the ratio between the basic and premium services, is it healthy, and all the stuff analysis we started doing it. And product attach rate, what percentage of the service customers bought a home care product. Next is customer retention, how many come back within 60 days. இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். Just retail இதுக்கு சொல்றேன். In a mall, the percentage, customer retention percentage should be at least 15 to 20%. If it is standalone, it should be above 55%. இது ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு மாறும், பட் இந்த பர்சன்டேஜ் வந்து ஸ்டாண்டர்டாக சொல்றேன். 55% for a standalone retail customer retention percentage. For if it is a mall based counter, then it should be 15 to 20. Okay, இது ஒரு செக் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். Next, you please track the NPS. Customer ஒரு transaction customer-க்கு customer satisfaction survey நடத்தணும். அதுல எத்தனை NPS score வருதுன்னு track பண்ணுங்க. Net Promoter Score, I'm sure you must be aware. Next is Google review. So, friends, please understand, sales is just a result. Okay, these 5 metrics are the crosses. Track the causes. Sales will automatically follow naturally and sustainably. If you track only the result, and eventually sales will stop following. Okay, so please build a simple daily dashboard with 5 different metrics from Monday morning. Please include it in your Monday assignment and show it to every staff on Monday morning before the store get opens. Discuss it and I know, give them clarity and celebrate wins. That's how you can change the behavior at scale at the retail counter. Okay. Okay, friends, we are almost done. But before we close, I want you to give something to take home with you. So this is your workforce readiness scorecard. Okay, I've mentioned 10 questions. Just score yourself honestly. Please go through the questions. You just take a note of how many yes you are getting and just send it in chat box. Mr. Madan, the chat box கொஞ்சம் open பண்ணிடுங்க please. What I meant, இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு 10 questions கொடுத்திருக்கல, அதுல வந்துட்டு yes வந்து இப்போ உங்களுக்கு ஒரு 5 தான் yes ன்னா 5 நீங்க டைப் பண்ணுங்க. 10 ன்னா 10 ன்னு டைப் பண்ணுங்க. Do you understand what I said? If you understand it, please give a thumbs up. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, thanks everyone. Okay, I will give you 30 seconds. எல்லாத்தையும் ஸ்கோர் கவுண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இதுல சாட்ல என்டர் பண்ணுங்க. Okay, score 6, 4, 3, 5, 3, 3, 3, 6. Okay. One second. Friends, 1 second, please. Friends, 1 second, some technical glitches. 1 second, please. Okay. So 5 to 7 is the average score that most of you are getting. So it means that you are having specific gaps. Now you know exactly what to work on. கரெக்டா உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் இப்போ எந்த இடத்துல உங்களுக்கு கேப் இருக்கு நீங்க ஆல்ரெடி கண்டுபிடிச்சிருப்பீங்க. 4 or less, நிறைய பேர் many have given the rating of 3. Friends, you have a frozen workforce. But now we also know exactly what to fix. So the scorecard is also the ebook that I'm going to share it with you. Use it with your team. Score every store. Okay. Before I close, one last story, my friends, quick one. Okay, just a case study. Meet Divya, a 24 years old store associate. She is in National Coimbatore. She don't have any formal education, no MBA and all. And every single week, her outlet has the highest NPS score in the entire South. Higher than outlets in Chennai, higher than Bangalore. What does she do differently? Let me show you. Number one, she greets every she greets her regular customers by name. பேரிட்டு சொல்லுவாங்க. உள்ள வந்தோடனே சார் பிரசாத் சார் வாங்க, எங்க ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சு, அந்த மாதிரி அப்படி பேசுவாங்க. She will maintain a good relationship. She has 25 customers she knows, not from the CRM, but from memory, from actually through paying full attention to the customers. Number two, she speaks the unspoken need. Customer browsing for 10 minutes, look confused. Divya walks up and says, "Madam, you look like you are searching for something specific. Can I help you to take a decision?" She doesn't wait for the customer. She will go to the customer voluntarily and identify, give a clarity. Number three, she sent a WhatsApp next day to the customer. "Madam, how was the product? How was the service? What is the feedback?" And all this stuff. Number four, when something goes wrong, she handles it then and there. "Madam, I understand the problem. Let me sort it to you right now." No manager, no company policy, just a solution. Number five, she noticed the lighting near the sales stack was baking. Yeah, this is one of the important things which happened to me. She noticed that we had a good big mirror, whereas the lighting near to the mirror was not that good. It NLOI stored and something, but it is not flattering because once the service is taken, the moment the customer look at their mirror in the face, it should look bright. If it is dull, then it will bring down the confidence of the customer. So she has highlighted it. So what I'm trying to say is, she need to look at the properties of the store from the customer perspective. And if any property has a scope for improvement, that has to be highlighted immediately to the management. She does that. And number six, every new customer who joins her store, she gives an unofficial 10 minutes briefing. These are our regulars, these are the common questions. அந்த மாதிரி எதுல அந்த கனெக்டர் பில்ட் பண்றதுக்கு பிளஸ் அந்த ஸ்டோர் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா இருக்கிறதுக்குலாம் வந்துட்டு அவங்க they will teach those nuances to the new joiners. So that is layer 5. Okay. And most important thing is, Divya is not special. Divya is not a genius and all. Divya is simply a result of an environment that allowed her to be like this. That recognized her, that did crush her with only sales targets. There is a Divya in all your counters. Right now, இப்ப கூட இருக்காங்க. But we have not found them yet. Okay? Or you found them but you crushed them. Only these two. So my adding to one more Monday assignment. Monday, when you're visiting the store, please identify the Divya of your store. Okay, that is more important, friends. So before we are almost at the end, friends. Before we close, 3 small things for Monday morning. No big project, no new budget, just small 3 things. Attention 1, just pick one store, walk in unannounced. Okay, sit in the corner like how I did. Watch one full customer interaction. Customer vandhulende avanga service mudichittu pora varaikkum full customer follow pannunga. Don't audit, just watch. Then ask yourself, which of the 6 frozen signatures did I see? The 6 points ava pottundalla adu edha neenga pathinga adu ungale kelunga. Action 2, find your Divya. Ask one simple question to the store team. Who do you go to when you have a difficult customer? It is one of the easiest hack, friends. நீங்க போயிட்டு உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட உங்க ஸ்டாஃப் நிறைய பேர் இருப்பாங்க, அவங்க கிட்ட கேளுங்க. உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை கஸ்டமர் இஷ்யூ நீங்க யார்கிட்ட போறீங்கன்னா அவங்க ஒருத்தங்களை காட்டுவாங்க, 2 பேர் காட்டுவாங்க. ஈஸியா நீங்க அவங்கள இருந்து உங்க திவ்யாவை ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிடலாம். So that is one of the easiest way. Recognize them. நீங்க யாரெல்லாம் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்றீங்களோ please recognize them by name publicly and appreciate them. Action 3, please open your training calendar. Look at the last 12 months. Honestly, last 12 months நீங்க அந்த ரிப்போர்ட் மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு தெரியல, நிறைய பேர் பண்றது இல்ல. That has to be maintained. என்ன பண்ணீங்க, என்ன ட்ரைனிங் பண்ணீங்கன்னு பாருங்க. நம்ம அந்த 5 கேட்டகரி நம்ம பேஸ் எடுத்து செக் பண்ணுங்க. Next, also see where did the 80% of the training budget gone the last 12 months. Okay, don't get surprised if your HR head tells they don't have a training budget. Be prepared for that as well. Okay. So only 3 actions, 0 budget, just maybe 1 or 2 days, 48 hours நீங்க முடிச்சிடலாம். Friends, if you commit doing all 3, type Monday committed. Mother chat box கொஞ்சம் open பண்ணுங்க please.
Sir,
இது 3 பண்ணீங்கன்னா Monday committed ஒரு chat பண்ணுங்க. Chat boxல போடுங்க. இல்ல Monday டைப் பண்ணுங்க. Good. Very good. Okay. நிறைய பேர் அசைன்மெண்ட் ரெடி பண்றதுக்கு டிசைட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க போல இருக்கு. Thank you so much. Okay. Good, I see you. Very good, very good. Very good, very good. Good. So your team is not the problem. What we train them to do, that is the problem. Okay, if நம்ம புடிச்சிட்டோம், again I repeat, what we train them to do, that is the problem. So இவ்வளவு நாள் ஏதாவது நடக்கலன்னு நம்ம வந்து there is no point in blaming our staffs. So we need to introspect ourselves and our training methods from Monday onwards. So friends, that's the only one message I want you to walk away with today. Your staff is not lazy, not low quality, not the wrong generation. The Gen Z நாலே இப்படிதான் இருப்பாங்க, Gen Alpha அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. Okay, the issue is not with them. They are doing exactly what we train them to do, which is the wrong thing for today's customer. Change the training completely. And the same people, trust me, they will deliver the completely different results, different outcomes. I've seen it with my own eyes. In 6 months, same staff, same store, from 25 lakhs per month loss to cash positive. 25 லட்சம் ரூபாய் என்னோட கொக்கோ ஸ்டோர்ஸ் எல்லா கொக்கோ ஸ்டோர்ஸும் சேர்ந்து லாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு எவ்ரி மந்த். லாஸ்ட் இயர் வந்து 3.1 crore லாஸ் ஓவராலா பேனல்ல. இந்த வாட்டி 6 monthsல 25 lakhs வந்து கேஷ் பாசிட்டிவ் ஆச்சு கொக்கோ ஸ்டோர்ஸ்ல. ஒன்லி பிகாஸ் we have followed all these things religiously. Now it's your turn. So what I've done is I'm just sharing an ebook with you. It has all the data, scorecard, நிறைய யூஸ் கேசஸ்ல நிறைய போட்டிருக்கேன். Industry benchmarks data நிறைய போட்டிருக்கேன். The reason why I've not talked about data more in the presentation is ரொம்ப போர் அடிச்சிடும் if you see more numbers. அதனால தான் I just covered everything in a story format so that you can understand and relate well with your industry. You please download this ebook. It will give you the exact data, whatever data you want related to retail, AI tools, internal learning and development, என்னெல்லாம் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு எல்லாமே இதுல இருக்கும். ஒரு 24 pages தான் ரொம்ப கிறிஸ்பா பண்ணிருக்கேன். I made this. I would request you to download this link. இப்போ ஸ்கேன் பண்ணுங்க, நீங்க டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். உங்க போன்ல நீங்க ஸ்கேன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா it will take you to the link. From there you can download the ebook immediately. உங்களால இதை டவுன்லோட் பண்ண முடியுதுன்னா give a thumbs up. Can you download the ebook by scanning the QR code? If yes, please give a thumbs up. Very good. So இதை டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிடுங்க, எல்லாரும் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிடுங்க. இது லிங்க்கும் நாங்கள் அனுப்புறோம், பட் இது டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுறது ஈஸி. எல்லாரும் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். I'll wait for another 5 seconds. Okay. On the right side, you can see the QR code of my LinkedIn page. Okay, this workshop will be posted in the evening today. I will also share it in my LinkedIn page. Okay, I would request you to please visit my LinkedIn page and share your biggest takeaway in the comment section. Tag me, tag the people in your network who you think should hear this message. Friends, this is not the workshop that ends today. This is a conversation that starts today. Okay, please take that. Please take it in that angle. The frozen workers problem belongs to all of us. அது உங்க இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, இந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலுமே இருக்கு frozen workers problem. Solving it has to be a community effort. Okay, so thank you friends sincerely for 90 minutes of your time on Saturday afternoon. I know how valuable that is for senior people like you. Thank you so much. என்னோட email ID என்னோட LinkedIn page அங்க இருக்கு. You can reach out to me for any clarifications. Thank you. And thank you, Shanti Madam. Thank you, Murli sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prasad, for that highly insightful and thought-provoking session. Shall we open the floor for question and answer?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have a question over here in the chat box. How can business encourage honest customers review without influencing the feedback? That's a question posted by Praveen K.
But where is it?
On the top, by
Okay, why
Praveen.
most customer depends on. Okay, you read it, madam. I will answer.
Yeah. How can business encourage honest customer reviews without influencing the feedback?
Okay, can I, okay, correct me if I understand this right. You mean to say that by getting honest customer reviews, how the business growth will happen? And is my understanding is right?
How can encourage without influencing the feedback? Okay, I think we should not pressurize on the feedback. That is what the question is about.
Business and no. Illa madam, you already explained because I think it in different times. Because what I felt, what I understood is,
Yeah.
will the business have any impact by getting the by considering the honest feedback? Does it what they are saying?
Sometimes normally we ask the people to give a positive feedback. Maybe that is the one the person is asking about.
Okay, influencing the feedback, is it? Okay.
Influencing the
Got
feedback.
it. Friends, we should never influence the feedback, but nothing wrong in asking for a positive feedback, but you should not influence. That is, we can ask, or thin line that we can ask the customer to give the positive feedback, but we should not intrude into the customer phone and check whether the customer has given a positive rating to us. That is wrong. If you do it, customer will get irritated. We can request the customer, but whatever feedback the customer is giving, we need to accept it because that is, see, we always give more importance to customer feedback. We have a dedicated team to track the Google reviews. Every day we will review Google reviews. And we are spending close to 50,000 rupees to track the Google reviews and get the sentiment analysis. The reason is very simple. Because as per the standards, as per the retail statistics, if you get one negative customers, it doesn't mean that you're losing one customers. It means that you're losing at least 18 customers. It's a retail standards. It means that out of 18 I-rated customers, only one customer will visit your Google page and give the negative feedback. So please make sure that if you get any negative feedback, it should be addressed immediately. Address as it's not like giving a response in Google review. No, that is not addressing the customer issue. That needs to be done within 1 hour. We have a tag. Customer complaint in the 1 hour Google review panno. Immediately our team will contact the store manager, cluster manager, and make sure that the customer will receive a call from the store and the issue will get resolved. And they should get a concurrence from the customer saying that the issue is resolved. Only after that, the ticket will be closed. This is extremely important for any service industry or any retail industry for that matter. So I hope I answered your question. Next question, please.
Yeah, thank you, Prasad. And we have a question from Mr. Edison. Why most of the customer depend on online platform to purchase the product? Why they don't choose nearby retail shops?
Okay, one could be convenience. Of course, even if the store is nearby, 2 kilometers, something, the customer needs to travel and all those stuff. One is convenience. Of course, that is one. Next is cost also effective because nowadays you can see a lot of bank offers in online platforms. A lot of, some or other day, you can see the offer given by SBI credit card or ICICI credit card and all on purchase of every, if the customer shop above 1,500 rupees, they will get 100 rupees cashback something. So this is happening with online retail, but in offline, that is not happening. So recently we identified the trend and we had a tie-up with the SBI. And we also started giving this kind of cashback offer to SBI credit card customers. Nowadays, slowly offline retail also started adopting it. That is one. If it is a regular product, then this logic is applicable. There is another part called specialized products. Specialized products now for hair and skin and all. Normally, you need to buy it with the proper expert advice. So for buying those advice, for those products, there's high probability the customer will visit the nearby retail, get the clear feedback from the expert and then buy it. So regular product the customers வந்து ஆன்லைன்ல நிறைய வாங்குறாங்க. நம்ம ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்ட் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ்லாம் வந்துட்டு இப்போதைக்கு ஆஃப்லைன் சேல்ஸ் தான் அதிகமாக நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. This is what is happening.
Thank you. And we have a question from Ms. Akila.
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So please, sir.
Prasad, I'm having a question.
Hello, sir. Please.
Hello. Are there any specific KPI used to measure consistency between weekday and weekend service delivery?
Okay, consistency. So, see, when we are tracking the performance, we will track it with, we will track the day performance with two criteria. One is last month criteria. The other one is last year, same day criteria. இன்னைக்கு என்ன date? Today is what? May 30th. அது வந்து நாங்க last days எடுத்துப்போம். Saturday weekend. So this last weekend of May will be compared with last weekend of April. That is one way. The another way is last weekend of May 2025. So we will compare these two criteria and we will check the sales, because comparing these two will give you the exact figures, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. We have a question from Ms. Akila. Many organizations focus heavily on sales targets, but how can we ensure that the customer service quality is not compromised while achieving aggressive sales goals?
Very good. That's an interesting question. So nowadays, things have changed. Retailers have, they are not monitoring the performance of the staffs only based on the sales. They are tracking the NPS scores. As I said, what we do is many retailers nowadays, if you visit any organized retails, as soon as the transaction gets complete, the customer would be receiving a feedback link in which if the customer clicks the link, it will have the details of the product they have purchased along with the person who has given that service. And the customer would be encouraged to give a rating for both the product as well as the person who has given the service. Okay, so we will collect those feedbacks on a monthly basis and we will compare it. We have a benchmark. So if any sales provider or service provider, if any service provider scores less than the said amount, then we will retrain them. So not only us, almost every other service company have started doing it. அதுக்கு நிறைய software companies have giving the pre-programmed platform, pre-programmed softwares. It is already there, feedback softwares. We just need to take the license and get it integrated in our PO system. It has become very simple.
Okay. Thank you. And we have a question from Mr. Kamesh. What is a business problem in sales or customer service that you think MBA graduates are not being trained well enough to solve?
Ma'am, can you please?
I think this is from someone
Student.
fresher, I think.
Fresher, okay. Sales, repeat பண்ணுங்க ma'am, please.
What is a business problem in sales or customer service that you think MBA graduates are not being trained?
Okay. Friend, MBA, whatever we studied, we would be more focusing on sales pipeline, marketing pipeline, funnel, sales funnel, marketing funnel. But those are all just guiding factors. Reality is completely different. You will understand it by, when you start interacting with the customer directly. So each industry, the problems are different. My only thing is, what I would recommend you is, please start interacting with more customers. Interact with the customers who is not satisfied with you and understand why he is not satisfied and just go to the point. Similarly, the customer is very happy. Please interact with them and ask him the reason why he is so happy with your product. You get both. And the third thing is, you need to interact with the competition customer also. Like, they would be restricted to a particular the competition brand. You need to understand why they are using only their brand instead of yours. So you need to do a comparison. Market you need to interact with more people and get the practical understanding. Just the theories, it will help only to a limited extent. But practical knowledge is more important, my friend. Hope I answered your question.
Okay. So I think we have a lot of questions. We'll take 2 or 3 and...
No problem, ma'am. We can take 3.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have no issue. I have
Yeah.
fine.
What emerging roles do you foresee becoming critical in retail over the next 5 years? That's a question from Mr. Harish. Mr. Harsh.
Okay. One is I could see a clear gap of techno-commercial roles. Techno-commercial roles as in we have a salesperson or we have a technical person. That's how most of the companies work nowadays. But nowadays things are changing. As I said, people are doing their own research. A lot of things they are getting through ChatGPT and other stuff. So before they start interacting with the salesperson, they would be having at least 50 to 60% knowledge about the product as well as the competition, everything. So we need a techno-commercial people who is good in technical as well as commercial aspects, both. So அந்த ரோல் தான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு இனிமேல் ஃபியூச்சர்ல வரும். Numbers are very critical. Max, because during my stint, I was recruiting many people. They've done, many of them are engineers, but they are not aware of basic mathematics. Percentage, அதெல்லாம் தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. Percentage, எப்படி profit and loss. I felt very bad because I interviewed a MSc mathematics girl. She don't know how to calculate the growth percentage. Friends, please focus more on mathematics. If you want to work in corporate environment, you need to be good in maths. அதில் வந்துட்டு பண்ணவே முடியாது. எஸ்பெஷலி சேல்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் இருந்தால் மேக்ஸ் வந்து மேண்டேட்ரி. ப்ளீஸ் ஃபோக்கஸிங் ஆன் மேக்ஸ். டெக்னோ கமர்ஷியல் ஒன் ஐ செட். நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் ஏஐ. இப்போ ஏஐ வந்து நிறைய வந்துருச்சு. ஏஐ வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ கிளாட் அது இதெல்லாம் நிறைய வருது. பட் இன்டெகிரேஷனுக்கு வி டோன்ட் ஹாவ் அ ரைட் பர்சன். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் கிளாட் கோவர்க் வந்துருச்சு. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன், இட் கேன் பி இன்டெகிரேட் வித் எக்ஸல் ஷீட், டேஷ்போர்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆல் தோஸ் திங்ஸ். இட் கேன் பி டன். But we don't have a person who does it for us. We are going to software companies and other research firms. They are charging a bomb. Technically, ஒரு பேசிக்கா தெரிஞ்சவங்களே போதும். So we are thinking of recruiting AI technicians, AI level executives. AI level executives ரொம்ப அட்வான்ஸ்டா இருக்கணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. கிளாடோட ஃபீச்சர்ஸ், பேசிக் ஃபீச்சர்ஸ், எப்படி அதை வந்து இதோட இன்டெகிரேட் பண்றது, எப்படி அதை சோஷியல் மீடியாவோட இன்டெகிரேட் பண்றது, எப்படி வெப்சைட் அனாலிட்டிக்ஸோட பார்த்து பண்றது. ஸோ இப்போ நிறைய நீங்க கிளாட்ல புதுசாலாம் பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. நெட்ல ஆல்ரெடி வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. நீங்க அதை பார்த்துட்டு அதை நிறைய படிக்கணும். படிச்சுட்டு அதுல ஸ்ட்ராங்கா அதை ப்ராப்பரா இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ற மாதிரி ஆளுங்க வேணும். இப்போ என்னோட இதில் நாங்கள் ரெக்ரூட் பண்ண போறோம். ஃபியூச்சர்ல ஏஐ இம்ப்ளிமெண்டர்ஸ்க்கு கண்டிப்பா ஓப்பனிங் நிறைய இருக்கும். ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் ஏஐ. ஏன்னா சும்மா ஜென்ரலா நுனிப்புல் மேயர் மாதிரிலாம் கிடையாது. You need to get it done. Practically பண்ணி அது லைவா செக் பண்ணி பாருங்க. It has a huge potential. And the last thing is data analytics, data engineering, I would say. Data engineering is more extremely becoming important nowadays, because the earlier decisions வந்து based on the gut feeling, based on the experience. ஏதாவது நம்ம சொல்ல போட்டோம்னா, இப்போ நான் இப்போ ஒரு கம்பெனில சிஓ ஆனேன். எனக்கு முன்னாடி இருக்கவங்களாம் வந்து ஒரு 30 வருஷம் 40 வருஷம் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். நான் வந்து போட அது என்ன எனக்கு தெரியாத எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் எவ்வளவு பார்த்துருக்கேன். இப்படிதான் சொல்லுவாங்க எல்லா இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில, பழைய இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில பர்டிகுலரா. ஸோ அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன்ல இப்போ மாறிட்டு வருது. நம்ம பழைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் இருக்கிற மாதிரி கஸ்டமர் இப்போ இல்லை. கஸ்டமர் கீப்ஸ் சேஞ்சிங். ஸோ த டெசிஷன்ஸ் வில் பி டேக்கன் ஒன்லி பேஸ்ட் ஆன் த டேட்டாஸ், ப்ரீவியஸ் டேட்டாஸ் ஆஃப் த ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ஸ். ஸோ டேட்டா இன்ஜினியரிங் இஸ் மோர் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் ஃபோக்கஸ் ஆன் டேட்டா இன்ஜினியரிங், டேட்டா அனாலிசிஸ், டேட்டா எப்படி பண்ணலாம், எப்படி அனலைஸ் பண்றது. ஸோ இந்த மூணுத்தையும் பார்க்கணும். ஸோ ஐ செட் 3 roles: டெக்னோ கமர்ஷியல், ஏஐ இம்ப்ளிமெண்டேஷன், பிளானிங் அண்ட் எக்ஸிகியூஷன், மூணாவது டேட்டா இன்ஜினியரிங். இது 3 ஃபீல்ட்ல கண்டிப்பா ஸ்கோப் ரொம்ப அதிகமா இருக்கும். இட் கேன் நாட் பி ரீப்ளேஸ்ட் பை எனிவன். இது வேணும் ஆளுங்க.
Okay, I think the similar question to what you have answered now. How can HR balance automation and technology adoption while ensuring workforce growth?
As I said, நம்ம வந்து we need to adopt a different set of KPIs. So KPI should not be restricted only to sales. We should consider the customer NPS score. We should check the service mix. I've highlighted 5 different areas, right? So you need to identify other 5 different criteria which will check the soft skills also. Soft skills, process, அது எல்லாமே பண்ணணும். அதை வந்து டேஷ்போர்ட்ல டெய்லி என்டர் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், nowadays many companies started using Salesforce, sales apps, marketing app, அது தனித்தனியாவே இருக்கு. சேல்ஸ் டீம் தனி ஆப்பா இருக்கும். அதுல KPIs வந்து ஃபீட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. The sales staff, they have to enter the details on a daily basis in the mobile app. So we, the functional heads, we will track their performance based on the entry that they are doing in the mobile app on a daily basis. So இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும். ஸோ கம்பெனிஸ் வந்து சும்மா எக்ஸல்ல அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி அவங்களோட பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் ட்ராக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பதிலாக இந்த மாதிரி சேல்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற அந்த டெக்னாலஜி ட்ரிவனா போனாங்கன்னா இதெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். Many companies started doing it already.
So we have one more question from Mr. Raghavendra. How can we measure the customer relationship of the sales promoter placed in a modern trade outlet, as there will be very high customer footfall?
Okay. So one way is, as I said, we can track it through NPS score. As I said, for after every billing, we'll be sending a feedback link in which we'll mention the name of the person who has given a service to the particular customer, and we'll encourage the customer to rate a particular, rate their service, rate the service provider. We will track it. That is one way of doing it. Other one is we will check the retention of the customer. For example, here Prasad, he has taken a service from Prabhu. If Prasad visit next month, because haircut panninga, every 21 days you need to do a haircut. At least every month people will do a haircut. Prasad, he will not take haircut from different person every month. Normally people don't do. They prefer to get the haircut done by the person who known to them. So if Prasad comes the next 30 days and take the service and from the same person, it means that Prabhu is maintaining a set of customers. So we will track it. So that's how we will identify. It almost everybody are doing it. Even in retail, people are doing it. When customer is billing, the cashier, they will bill. They will include the name of the code of the service provider or the staff who has assisted the customer type of billing. So other panda vich நம்ம track பண்ணலாம். So that system has to be there in all the POS software. அது எல்லாரும் பண்றது இல்ல. That has to be made mandatory.
Thank you. The final question, what skills should retailer prioritize when hiring frontline employees?
Hiring
frontline employees.
Okay. First, நாங்க என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னு சொல்லிடுறோம். See, one is technical expertise. Everybody will have a technical expertise and years of experience and all those stuff. We will give them a practical project. As if I'm recruiting a store manager, I will ask him to work as a store manager for 2 to 3 years in one of my counter. I will observe. I will ask my store manager to observe how we interact with the customers. That is more important. Just by having an experience, if we say I have worked in X company, Y company, that's immaterial for me. I need to know how we are interacting with the customer, how we are following the process. So for store managers, if I recruit any store managers or trainer, I will observe them I will give them a task in the flow and I will see how they work for 1 or 2 hours, and based on it, I will take a call. And I will definitely check the background. Background check is essential, especially in retail, because a lot of integrity issue will happen. So you need to interact with his previous company, because we need to check whether there's any integrity issue. Because unfortunately, in retail, integrity issues are more, unfortunately. So that has to be tracked. Any other question?
Thank you. Sir, shall we proceed with the vote of thanks?
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So thank you, Prasad. And on behalf of Brigi Academy, Genta Recruit, and PerJob Human Capital, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to you. Your practical perspectives, strategic clarity, and real-world experiences have provided all of us with a meaningful learning and actionable ideas. I also extend my sincere thanks to Murli sir for his inspiring leadership and for continuously creating platforms such as BIRC Brig that connect industry knowledge and with professional development. My appreciation goes to all the participants for your enthusiastic presence, active engagement, and thoughtful questions. A special thanks to the dedicated team of Brigi Academy, PerJob Human Capital, and Genta Recruit, whose efforts have made this event possible. Through BIRC, Bridging Industry and Resources for Cooperation, we remain committed to building meaningful connections between industry, expertise, and emerging talent. We look forward to welcoming you to many more impactful learning sessions. Have a wonderful evening and continued success in your professional journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Prasad. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.